Hey everyone, we're the Real Estate Chicks coming to you live again from Barrington, Illinois. I'm Kathy Pincus with RE/MAX of Barrington.
And I'm Judy Gibbons with RE/MAX of Barrington.
And today we're going to talk about condos, excuse me, and rental restrictions, or what kind of financial restrictions, when you purchase. Are there any restrictions when you're going to do buying in a condo building?
Right. And one of the types of financing that we've been seeing a lot of lately is called FHA
Right.
financing, which back in the day used to scare a lot of sellers. And it's a beautiful thing, is it not?
It's the best.
It's the best financing.
Yeah.
And depending on where you live in the country, there's different, limits. Here in the Midwest and in the Chicagoland area, it's $417,000.
Right.
And you only have to put 3.5% down. The catch is, I know it's beautiful, is that you have to make sure that the condo building or the townhouse building has been approved
Right.
by FHA.
Right. Because if it hasn't, there are people out there that you can contact to get them to make that an FHA-able building, if there is such a word.
It is called spot approval.
Right.
I do understand it's much more difficult to get that. And then the reason is because you have to make sure that it fits into all the rules and regulations of FHA, which means the percentage of actual owners living there, the percentage of foreclosures,
Right.
the cash on hand, and all those kind of particulars.
Well, and they actually stopped spot approval for FHA in April of last year, but recently they have loosened that up just a bit, from what I understand. So you'll have to check your local lenders in your area. But FHA is truly a great way to be. And if your building is not an FHA building, go to your homeowners association. Have a lender come to your homeowners association meeting, those monthly meetings that are so boring. Have a lender come and tell him why your building should go FHA.
Right.
And I'm telling you, like that, you'll be voting to do it, because it really is, there's no reason not to do it.
Right, it helps sell your properties, to keep your building, from being foreclosed upon, or if you're sitting there and nothing's selling in your building and nothing is sold, and everybody's coming with FHA loans and you can't give them one, then you're in trouble.
And the statistic out there, even as recently as last month, the first-time home buyer is still the majority of the buyers out there.
The king.
They are the kings, and we love you all.
Yes.
We love you all. And with that, though, they're not able to purchase as much as a second or third-time home buyer. So with that in mind, as the condominiums and townhouses turn out to be a very good option for them, you want to make sure that the carrot that you really give to those people too is to be able to get the FHA loan in that building.
The financing. Right.
See how much you learn at the Chicks?
I'm telling you.
We are a plethora of knowledge.
I scare us sometimes.
What did they do without us before?
No.
I have no idea.
It's amazing. Just amazing.
And the other thing to keep in mind when you're, the other thing is how many rentals are in the building.
Right.
Because there can only be a certain amount. Let's say if there's 100 condos and they only allow 10% of the units to be rented, then that would be, my math says 10 condos can be rented. So you might be on the market and think that you're one of those that are able to be rented, when in fact, when you do the math, then that has already been taken up. Then with the board, you go and meet with the board, maybe you can be the next one up, or however that works.
Right. And sometimes you just have to write, if you get transferred for your job. So sometimes boards will look at it that it's a need.
Right. Need-based.
Because you have to move to go take your new job, and you can't sell it at this point, but you'd like to rent, or you might be coming back in 2 years, so you want to keep
That's a good point, Now you are you own a condo as a second home. Is there restrictions in yours?
Yes. You can only rent it maybe 2 out of 5 years or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, they did because it was built. It was a spec, building. So a lot of times you are going to have a lot of investors.
Right.
So you kind of get everything straightened out, and then you kind of put the law down.
Yeah. You know, and you really want a building, you know, you think, oh, I don't want to go where so many rules are. You know what? You really do.
It's true.
Yeah, as long as the rules are enforced equally,
Yes.
as long as they're bad to everyone,
Yes.
as long as they scream at everyone when they scream at you, then
Right.
I think that's healthy.
You know, I always say the same thing. It's like when you're looking in a condominium community or whatever, and there are some rules that are going to drive you crazy, but then there are other rules that you're going to love.
Right.
Like your neighbor can't park their RV in that
Yes.
extra spot
I
right
like that
next to
rule.
your
Right.
house.
And you can't hang the towel on the banister on the outside. Otherwise,
Right.
from the outside, people would be looking at your building and have all these beach towels just hanging. And,
Right.
oh, that just gets so tacky.
Yes,
you know?
yes. And I have to say, one of my pet peeves, this will probably get boos from the crowd, is the cable dish. You know, the dish, and sometimes they're letting them put them
Oh,
on
yeah.
the belt. You know, that just destroys the.
It's the ambiance.
Yes, and you know they can put a man on the moon. Why can't
Right.
they figure out how to put, or make them cuter, like pink or
Right.
purple or something, and you know, like, or making them see
With
through.
spots, with the
you
little
know?
polka dots on them. Or
Instead
something.
of like
Yes.
gray,
Yeah.
why couldn't they be like plexiglass?
I know, well, that's tough.
There's an idea.
There you go.
That
Note
could be
to
our
self.
next.
I know what we're gonna get next.
Yes, we're on to the next
That's
wave
right.
of exciting things.
So this was a cute little thing that Abernook.com, who sponsors our show, they have got these cutest little, these are like, you can have them at showers or just, you know, these girl games when you get together and you perhaps have a glass of wine or two.
Never.
Never. Do you root for the underdog or the champ?
That's a good question.
Isn't that cute?
What's your answer?
I'm an underdog.
Yeah, I'm
all the
kinda-
way.
I
Yeah.
have to say, well, that would be me too.
Yeah. So all of these are just individual cards that you may, you know, you pick up and you get to, get to know the inside scoop on how your group really feels.
Yeah.
But that's cute. That's at Abernook.com, and they have some for weddings and they have for baby showers and bridal showers. They're just so cute. And how about a sassy quote for us, Miss
Well,
Purple?
you know I can do that. Okay, I love this. Sometimes the road less traveled is less traveled for a reason.
Boy, that's a word to the wise.
I'll tell you
Ooh.
that. Woo! Like when you don't see any marks in the snow going that
Yeah.
way, maybe you better not go that way.
That's true. Or if you're like me, that's the road I'm going down. Just to find out. I just
Yeah.
want to see what's
Well,
back
she's
there.
got a 4-wheel drive.
That's true. Thank God. Hey, thanks again for joining us, everyone. We are the Real Estate Chicks. Find us on Facebook, The Real Estate Chicks, or go to therealestatechicks.com, or go and Twitter us, Real Estate Chicks. We are everywhere, everywhere. Thanks again for joining us. I'm Kathy Pincus with Remax of Barrington.
And I'm Judy Gibbons with Remax of Barrington.
Bye, y'all.